Right, Mr. Palmer here, relational databases, second video about them. This time we're looking at the advantages of flat file systems. So what advantages do relational databases offer over flat file systems? That's what this one is all about. All right, so before you progress, make sure you've gone over your notes on flat file systems. So remember the historical perspective, we're saying we've got serial and sequential files storing these records, and we would have a single table basically in that flat file which contain all of the data. So if I had a big company, I would have had a staff flat file, a payroll flat file, a stock flat file, orders, customers, etc. Now, in my fictional company, uh, I was going to encounter these problems with inserting, updating, and deleting data. And then if I ever wanted to change the table structure, if I say, for example, I was adding extra fields or removing fields, I have to reprogram all of my software to take that all into consideration, and that would possibly introduce new errors into the system. It would also cost me more money, so on and so forth. Okay, so in my flat file example, here are my two employees, 007 and 008. Okay, and in the first month of the year, we processed their payroll, they both got paid. And then my second employee, Karen, okay, she changed her address, and so in the next month we process her payroll. I had to copy that data from the staff file into the payroll file. I now have a problem where I've got two different addresses for Karen. Okay, which one is the correct address? So we're having problems in now where we've got data duplication that's creating errors in the data. We've now compromised the integrity of the data set. Okay, the data is not trustworthy anymore. So if I had a relational example, it'd be slightly different, because in this case, actually what I have is I have a primary key staff code in the staff table, and I have a foreign key staff code in the payroll table. And they're related, those two tables are now related together. All right. So in the first month, I paid my staff, and when we processed their payroll, my system just basically looked up the address using the relationship between the two tables. In the second month, Karen's address just changed. She moved house to this new purple address. It doesn't make any difference when we issue the payroll, because of the relationship between the two tables. The system will just use the address that's available, because it is going to be the current most up-to-date address. So you can see how a relational database has advantages over flat files, because it's easier to manage inserting data, updating data, and deleting data. Okay, because we're removing duplicate data. So by removing that duplicate data, number one, the immediate knock-on benefit is reduced storage. But the more important benefit is that our data set maintains its integrity. We can trust it because we know that we're working with the most recent data, right? So the third thing here is a relational database allows us to enforce referential integrity. What that means is that relationships have to be consistent. So every foreign key must be related to a primary key. So what that means is, you can see over here in my referential example, I can't delete Karen's record from my staff table because there are records in the payroll table that are connected to that. What I would need to do is remove that and that first. Once they'd been removed, then we'd be able to remove Karen's record from the staff table. Okay, so any record where they are related, where there are primary keys related to it, that tuple cannot be deleted. Okay, because you then have data that's not related to any other data in the system, and the trustworthiness of the data has been compromised. Okay, in addition, if we try to change the staff code on one of those tuples, it wouldn't allow us to do it, because it would say that there is no record. Okay, that primary key cannot be related to it. Sorry, that foreign key cannot be related to a primary key. Therefore, there would be an unrelated data. Therefore, the data will not be trustworthy. So it will not allow you to make that change. Okay, that's referential integrity. So one further advantage of relational databases is the whole thing about database views. That was a couple of weeks videos back. So we had the physical level, the storage medium, you had the database tables and the DBMS, which was the logical level, how the data is actually organized, and how that then allows you to create different applications that can view the data in different ways. Okay, so different people can do different jobs with different parts of the data based upon their privileges and their needs. Okay, and that's a further advantage of relational databases, okay, in comparison to flat files. So you should be able to answer that question and understand why relational databases are better. Following on from this, there will be some videos on normalization and entity relationship diagrams, and that will kind of wrap up the whole theme of databases. Thank you.